what's happening, y'all? It's another one-on-one with a super. Again, I say it every video. Why am I introducing myself? Y'all know what this is. Y'all know who I am, right? I say it every time. I'm going to get right to the conversation. I feel like we're doing that on long-ass preamble stalls at the conversation. I like talking to his brother because I want to hear if he got updates in the career and everything. Mr. Bobby McMillion, what's happening, sir?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
I'm blessed. I have no other way to describe it. I am blessed.
For sure, man. For sure. Also, congratulations, first and foremost, man, on the American Gigolo, man. That's big time, for real.
Thank you, man. It's been, like I said, that's been a blessing and it's been surreal. I've been telling, like, everybody's been asking me, like, how do you feel? I'm like, it's surreal. Like, because I haven't gotten to the, like, it's crazy because I've done commercials. I've done like spots in TV shows. I'm in movies. That's cool. But I've never been a recurring character on a very big TV show like I am right now. And so
super happy for you, man. And
I hope, man.
And I hope it slingshots, bigger and better for you, man, for real.
Man, that's the goal. I'm right now I'm riding the wave and I'm open to whatever God has for me with this because I just have been like, yo, this is wild. Because again, it's people who are regulars on the show, who are recurrings on the show as well.
Right.
But like for me personally, with all my scenes being with Barenthal, like that helps on such an immense level.
That's super dope, man. That's super dope.
I
wanted to ask you, man, like, and just wanted to pick your brain on stuff. When you see someone that is established in the game like that, and you meet them, and you are actually working with them, do you get starstruck, and how do you handle that?
So to answer the first part of your question, make sure I don't knock this mic out. To answer the first part of your question, I low-key do, but I've gotten to the point, I get starstruck, but I've gotten to the point in my career now where I know I need to be professional before I be starstruck. So I have to do the job initially. I have to come, so I have to keep that all festered down deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, just deep down. And
act like you've been there before.
Like that's literally the game. I was always told that back in wrestling. And that's where it started because I'd be doing shows, maybe bringing in former WWE talent and some Hall of Famers who, again, growing up I was a fan of. Right. And so a couple of the vets I knew at the time were like, yo, you got to act like you've been here before. And so I've applied that lesson literally to working in these projects. And so what it is, I act like I've been there before. First couple, when the introduction is cool. How you doing? I'm Jay, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the first couple takes are, whatever. Then after it's like we're kind of comfortable with one another.
Yeah.
Then I was like, hey, let me go here. So this is what I did with John Barenthal, straight up. Met John.
Get the inside scoop. Get the inside scoop.
So met John. We was on our scene. And he was like, yo, how do you feel about the script? I was like, man, it's whatever. He was like, do you mind if we change some lines? I was like, bro, I'm following your lead. And so we just chopped it up. He's like, let's do it like this. Cool. So we run it a couple of times the way our first scene in episode 2 goes. So we run it a couple of times a bunch of different ways. He like, how's it feel? Cool. He shout out as the director and the showrunner at the time. Showrunner and director's like, yo, it's cool. So we keep doing it. Like the third, fourth take, once we go in the door to the restaurant, when we wait until them say cut, I say, hey, man, I need to say this and get this off my chest for my soul explode. Hey, bro, diehard. I said, big ass fan, bro. I love the shit you did as the Punisher. I kind of understand why you don't want to come back to an extent. I said, I loved you as Shane. That's still Shane, baby.
Shane is dope.
Shane is dope. Shane's a lousy dude.
Shane was dope, man.
Shane was smashing his best friend's wife and got her pregnant.
But it wasn't his fault though. Like, I mean, I know that's good.
It wasn't his fault. No, like, you're right. It wasn't his fault.
Dead.
He thought Rick was dead.
Oh, Rick was dead,
Hey, bro, like, hey, it's like that meme on TikTok where it's like when your boy say he gonna take care of your girl while you see gone. No, you hear
it is. It's still, but again, it is also the end of the world too, man. So there's a lot of
it's the end of the world. Hey, look, all that you committed and faithfully married. Look, God gonna understand. But so with that's how that was. And like even other situations, when I first worked with Wesley Snipes that time, when I first met Dave Chappelle, It was all of those be calm. And even when I met Spike Lee, because like even the whole Chirac experience in general was a bombardment, for lack of better terms, of people I've been fans of for years and decades in many senses.
Right.
And I'm now working with them on the same level. So it was like how you be there before. And so once you get that, because also at the end of the day, people forget they're just people with a dope job. They're just regular people with a dope job. And so once you realize they realize that, because they'll treat you, they're better with you if you treat them like a regular fucking person, which they are. Right. They just happen to have a great job that affords them a different lifestyle. And that's the best way to describe it. Like people are like, oh, they're celebrities, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we make them celebrities. We as the viewing publics make them celebrities.
Right.
But it's only because we idolize and we love their job, what they do for work. People love dentists. People love doctors, firefighters, et cetera, et cetera. So they're all in that same vein. Those other careers don't warrant, minus maybe doctors and dentists and stuff like that, don't warrant the high caliber return on income as movie TV stars do.
Right.
And so just meeting them like that is like, just chilling with them and cool. And, also wrestling and stand-up has trained me a lot, because again, in stand-up, I live in Hollywood. I live in Los Angeles. I work in Hollywood, and I'm always at the Hollywood Laugh Factory, the Hollywood Improv, the Comedy Store. And in any given moment, these big name comedians you've only seen on TV with these multi-million-dollar specials are just coming through, hanging out. And so you have to just be, you're just cool and regular person. You might eventually chop it up with them and tell them you're a fan. Dude, I did a show, this show out here called Supernova Comedy. Is one of the biggest shows, and Bill Burr was the guest. Now,
I love his work too, man. Dude's funny.
But also, Burr and I both worked on Channing Tatum's Dog.
Okay.
So right before Burr's scene, I'm in the scene with Channing sitting next to him, because I did a whole much longer scene. So again, I'm a fan of Burr anyway, but my way to get into the conversation with him was, we both just worked with Channing Tatum. And so he was like, oh, shit on Dog, blah, blah, blah. Actually, he thought I kept saying Chadwick Boseman, and which was hilarious. I was like, no, Channing Tatum. And so, we had that, but that's the thing. Like, just, it's the act like you've been there.
Yeah, and I asked that because I'm always curious in that situation where, like, they say you never want to meet your heroes, because just the
don't
fear
get me wrong,
of,
bro.
like,
There are some people that are there are some people that are verifiable assholes. There's no other way to put it. They are assholes, and it's like, look, I get you are at this stardom level. I understand and respect that. I understand the work you've put in, but do realize, as quick as you have it, you've seen people have their shit taken away.
Oh yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I've always wondered, like, how I would handle it. And I've seen a few stars here and there, and I've always been on the type, I do get starstruck, but I kind of keep it in, because I don't want to be a burden. I'm always respectful of other people's space, and you never know what somebody might be dealing with. Plus, I don't want to be disappointed. Like, if I saw you in the airport, and I was like, oh, that's Jay Washington. It's like, and obviously we've had conversations. But if I had never had a conversation, I knew, I was okay. I give you a quick head nod and be like, just to acknowledge and respect that. Oh, I know who you are. I'm acknowledging who you are. Like, like you doing so to me. That's enough. Like, okay, I give you a head nod, like, let you know that I acknowledge you, respect your work. I'm a fan, but I'm not gonna go over and bother you, because I don't want that interaction to be awkward.
No, I think so. I've had a couple at the airport. Those to me were the wildest ones, because again, like, I don't think I'm anybody of that level where people at the airport. Keep in mind, I'm talking, because there are people, bigger name people, that come through the airports all the time. Sure. I was coming back from Indianapolis seeing my son, and I remember I was in the line at TSA, and dude was like, hey, you Jay Washington, ain't you? I said, yeah. He was like, yo, I'm a big fan. I was like, appreciate it. Now, it was cool. That was it. Also, it was 6 a.m. I was like, yo, I
Right.
get it. We both get it. So cool. 6 in the morning. I just want to get through this goddamn gate, get to this plane, and go to sleep. And so I don't mind. Like I see, because I've seen again. I used to work at O'Hare Airport in Chicago, so I remember. And again, O'Hare is one of the busiest airports in the world. I remember for me, this is when I was still wrestling. I remember the wrestlers would come through, and again, it's 5, 6 in the morning. They trying to catch a flight. People trying to stop them, everything to get pictures and autographs.
Yeah, it's
And
too much.
some of them are like, yo, thank you, let me go. And I'm like, y'all got to let them be. And because then some people want to, I hate when people use that line of, oh, well, you supposed to stop the fans. Bro, it's 5, 6 in the morning. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, you got to read the room and understand the situation. Like,
Eminem made that song. Remember Eminem made that song when I Am the Way You Say I Am, when he was like, when you freaks see me out in the streets when I'm eating or feeding my daughter, do not come and speak to me. I don't know you, and no, I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. He was, yes, you're a fan. I appreciate you. But you got to, again, I'm a person. I'm a person. And
same with athletes. Same with athletes too, man. Like, you know, and musicians or whatever the case may be, like they still need their space. It is, to me, it's really disrespectful to see, you know, you may be eating with your family, your daughter, or whatever the case may be, and somebody walk up to you and disturb that family time. That's disrespectful, man. You know, and then the entitlement that fans have, we all see it out there on social media and stuff, is crazy. But I was just curious.
No, it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen people like, and also let's just be real. There's some people who want the attention, who don't, who get mad when they don't. I think it was either, because I confuse these two all the time. It was either Neo or the Dream, one of the two of them. They're like the same person. And they were walking around with an entourage trying to get people to notice them, and didn't nobody care. Because there's some people who want to just give me this admiration. I need it. And some people don't care. But then there's some, because like I said, there's celebrities I've seen like, yo, y'all know who I am. Y'all need to treat me like this and do this, that. I'm the shit. It's like, bro, you are calming down right now is what you need to do. Like, chill out. Like, I get what you think this is, but it's not the move you think it is.
Right.
Everybody ain't. That was the most thing, the realest thing I think I've ever learned too. One of the realest things I've learned in this business is everybody don't give a fuck about the industry. Everybody don't care about celebrityism. Like there are people who do not care about celebrities and stars. They just don't care. They're like, whatever. It don't matter, because it doesn't affect me. And when I hear those type of people, I talk to them and I got a better understanding and respect for that. So that's why when I tell people now, they're like, yo, what type of woman are you looking for in your life? I said, preferably, I want somebody who understands my lifestyle as far as having to be out doing shows, all this other stuff. However, if it doesn't appeal to you, that is the most attractive shit to me. Because you don't care about being around people in the limelight and all this other stuff. You don't have to have that.
Yeah, because that life and that persona, and we see it on Instagram, and you know, males and females posing for the gram and doing stuff for the attention and just trying to, you know, and I get that, and some of that stuff it be working for them. You know, I'd be like, man, I wish, because I don't know how to really internet like that. I be trying to post stuff to get stuff to go viral just to get my name out there and my voice out there and stuff, but it don't be working. But
bro, I think that's a crazy thing. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were just talking about that, how you try, it was a bunch, we were at the Laugh Factory, and it was like, we were comments, we were talking about how you try to post stuff to make it go viral, or hope it goes viral. And the problem is, number one, with TikTok does not want you to go viral on your own. TikTok wants you to pay them to go viral.
I hadn't even really thought about that.
TikTok's algorithm is set to where it doesn't want you to naturally go viral. They want you to invest and put money into them. And the amount of money that you need to put in to make a video go viral is ridiculous, right?
Are you talking about like, because I see like, and sometimes I'll do this on like Facebook or
the paying for promoted stuff, and how much
boost the post to, to get more. Yeah.
So they don't want you to go viral naturally. But the thing is, so like, again, it goes back to we're trying to go viral. You got to just hope it happens. You just got to hope something you've done grabs people and pull them. You just gotta hope something. And the problem is you don't have control. You technically don't have control of what it is unless you're paying for it. And then even if you pay for that one thing to go viral, right? Because I know people who paid for something to go viral. The problem is just that did it. Nothing subsequently followed the same traction. The stuff I do on Instagram, I'll get a video, like I haven't gone super viral, but I've had videos that have just gone and started popping up everywhere, and then it gets attention. Now, my next several amount of videos might just get the bare minimum of what I do. Like, dude, I put up a video yesterday, and I was like, I needed this to happen for me to see it. When I normally put a video up, I try to do the window for it. I kind of learned the windows. But when I normally put a video up, it don't take no more than 30 minutes for me to at least have 100 views. At least. I put that video up. It took almost an hour, 2 hours to get 100 views on it.
Man, it's crazy.
And I was like, okay. Because either A, the algorithm is learning, because the algorithm has learned for me, it's put me into people's algorithms. People who don't even follow me like that, or who do follow me, some people who follow me was like, all I see now are your videos. Or people's like, I kept coming across your video through somebody else. So the algorithm is learning me, but it's also like, he's getting popular on his own. Let's slow it down.
They try to slow it down.
Let's slow it down.
Well, yeah, I see them a lot, and if I come across, I'll hit the like button. I'll make a comment because I know that helps you and helps grow what you're trying to do. So,
thank you, I appreciate it.
Anytime I come across it, I'll do that. But yeah, it's crazy how like you think, and for me, like I use it to practice. If I'm doing some type of character or some voice stuff or something, I'll use it a lot for practice, but I'm like, let me put this out there and just, see who might like it. Or
are you using like the different hashtags and stuff?
I do. Yeah. I put different hashtags depending on what the video is. And, just.
Here's a trick I learned. I don't do it as much as I used to. Whatever day you putting something up, go to Google and type in top trends. Whatever is trending, whatever the big subject is trending, put that as a hashtag. What it will do, you might not get all the views you want, but what it's going to do is people who are searching that hashtag, your video is going to appear in that group.
That's a good idea. I see a lot of apps that say that they can do that search for you, but if I can do it myself, you know what? I'm gonna give that a try. I got a couple ideas for videos that I might throw out there, and I'm gonna do that next time and see, just kind of compare the differences. But I mean, and I understand, like I don't have a huge following or anything like that. Again, because I don't really internet like that. But
let me
I know I need to just to kind of try to network within the industry.
Let me say this to be encouraging, though. Let me say this to be encouraging. Don't think like that. Because people who do not have the followings amass some of the biggest ones out of nowhere. There are people I know with millions of followers on TikTok, Instagram, all this shit, but cannot pack 100-seat comedy room. Because but the comedy clubs, the industry, et cetera, looks at it and says, oh, you have this following. They are going to follow you everywhere. And that's not the case. People forget the following on TikTok primarily is kids. Now, you do voiceover stuff. You do the right voiceover for kids. They love it. They love it. Instagram as well. You pick the right out because, again, those are the audience and the demographic you want. Just in general. But to say you don't have that following, all you got to do is you do what you keep doing. It's going to make everybody that got a following started with that. I don't really have a following. You just had to build it. Bro, do you know how hard it was for me just to get 10,000 followers on Instagram? I've tried for years.
I know, man. I know. Again, man, I've been following you for a while, man.
Saying, so and I appreciate it, but you get what I'm saying. Like and I've done all this shit. I do stuff on so many different things where you would think it would have happened easier. So don't down what you have because it's gonna grow if you continue to grow it. It's like a plant. As long as you keep watering that plant, that seed is going to grow.
For sure. And I've gotten, you know, and I understand, like, not everyone is gonna understand your art. Like, I put stuff out there mainly first and foremost because I get enjoyment out of it, and I also get just to kind of practice, and then I'll listen to it and kind of critique, like, okay, this didn't sound right. This delivery, maybe could have been
Mhm.
this or that or whatever. And, maybe next time if I do something like that, I'll make adjustments from there. You try to learn from it and grow. But second, it's like, man, I'm gonna do stuff again. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. So I'll do. I want to eventually really get into uh voice animation
Mhm.
for animation and stuff. So I put stuff out there to just kind of practice on that stuff. So I'm just gonna do stuff that's gonna make me happy. Hopefully it gets out there, and then whatever happens from there happens from there.
Hey man, you got nothing but blessings and support from me with that.
For sure. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, I always love the feedback and the stuff you putting out there, because I see you doing different things, and it's like I see you get into other stuff as well, and throwing in your comedy and this stuff. So it's like that's kind of been motivating me as well to just try something new and maybe do something out of the box that's kind of out of character and stuff. So trying to take chances on stuff as well. So yeah, man, but the internet gonna do what the internet does. So
Man, listen, the internet gonna do what the internet does. That's the realest thing ever, bro. That's the internet gonna do what the internet does.
for sure.
Like nobody guessed it was gonna be like this.
Mhm. It's crazy. It's crazy how I remember when TikTok first came out, and I was just kind of really getting going with this, and I was like, man, I got Twitter, I got Facebook, I got Instagram. I'm not going to TikTok. I'm not doing that. Like, that's just too much. And then it's like now it's like, well, shit, I feel like I gotta get on it. Just I see all the other voice actors on there, the big voiceover community. You see like, so everybody else over there. Let me just jump over there too and just see what this all about.
Mm.
So it is what it is, man.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I regret not jumping on TikTok in the beginning because
Hmm.
I literally thought the exact. I grabbed my phone. I was like, man, I got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I was like, I got all this. I said, I don't have time. I literally said, I don't have time to do TikTok stuff.
Right.
And the world shut down.
Hmm.
And I still kept saying, I don't have time to do TikTok stuff. And that then everybody started blowing up, taking advantage of that time because there was nothing but that. Now, granted, I started focusing on blurs at the time and other different stuff,
For sure.
but if I still would have put that same effort in because I had the time to, I literally so now when I'd like so TikTok messes with me really. I get
Hmm.
caught TikToking while black. That's a
You
real
you
thing.
you and TikTok got beef, man. I see
Yes,
it.
we do. Take me in. I'm TikToking about because the same videos I put on Instagram, I will
Hmm.
put on TikTok that
Right.
I 9 times out of 10 have found the original video from TikTok.
Hmm.
It'll ban me. It'll kick me
That's
out.
crazy.
And
Like,
I'm
why?
like, it's the
Like,
same video. I mean, well,
mhm.
I edit the video. I might cut like a little bit at the beginning, but I
Sure.
got the video from here.
Hmm.
Like, what are y'all talking about? I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
it don't make sense.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but it's like it's one of those things. It's like, man, I don't want to mess with TikTok. And for real, a lot of stuff on. Honestly, I don't really care for TikTok. I like Instagram a lot better. I don't really care for TikTok. I feel like I have to use it. Some things on there is cool, but a lot of stuff is like, man, I don't really want to mess with it. A lot of stuff is just a bunch of crap, but I feel like I have to. Um, it just I mean, and sooner or later there's gonna be something else that comes along that we gotta adapt
Mhm.
and adjust to, and we all gonna have to flock over there, and
Let me
start
tell you
doing
something.
that.
Whatever the next social media app come out, I don't give a damn. If it sounds like 18 people own it, I'm jumping on this mob. I'm putting every social media app that come out that sounds like it has potential. I'm
Right.
downloading it just in case. Just in case. If it fails, it fails. But I was
Right,
in on the
right,
ground floor.
right.
That's how it was with stereo. When stereo happened at first, like I
Mhm.
was one of the original people that got put on it, and like it was like making podcasts that people could listen to live, et cetera, et cetera. And like the first group of us, the first major batch of us that were on it, they were paying. But then they started doing this contest where if you put in the most hours, you can win $10,000. One woman sat on this bitch 40-something hours straight. Like she wouldn't even be doing anything. She would just let it run and with other things. And because of that, she accumulated the most hours. Yeah. But after a while, they stopped. They chilled on the money. And then they stopped with the contest. And then the money, all of a sudden, they was like, we're not paying people anymore. So everybody who was getting paid was like, well, we're not doing this no more. Like I'm investing time in this because you're paying me for this. So this is another job. But if I'm not getting paid, I'm not doing shit.
Right. It takes time to do all this stuff, man, for real. Like, I mean, again, it's our art, it's our passion. But again, like you want to get something out of it in the end. If it's not worth your time, then you can move on to something else.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Man, I also wanted to I know. And I'm not sure if you're probably gonna say this for your the Mad Titan podcast.
I'm gonna talk about whatever I talk about here and there. You already know me, so let's not do that, sir.
I know you and BC. Shout out to BC, man. I love you and him together, man. You two. Your chemistry is golden, man. I always love how he picks on you and stuff, man. With that throwing out the venom stuff, I know you hate.
Don't encourage him, please. Don't encourage him.
BC, the people's champ, man. Shout out. But I mean, we all. I know you. The internet exploded yesterday with the Ryan Reynolds video and the Deadpool stuff, man. I'm just curious where they gonna go with that, man. I'm obviously super excited for it. And I'm glad they didn't put it at D23. But how are they? I'm still curious how they're going to incorporate mutants. I mean, I know they've just sprinkled them in. You know, we already know Miss Marvel is one, but how are they going to import like the heavy hitters into the MCU at this point?
The rest of them, I don't know yet. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty. If I had to be a betting man, this Deadpool movie is a Deadpool movie. It's a Fox Deadpool. They wrote it as a Fox Deadpool movie.
So you think Deadpool is still in the Fox universe at this point?
And he probably and they might do Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. They might let Deadpool kill everybody, like officially kill everybody from that Fox universe that they don't need. Like he might kill all people. You're not coming over. You're not coming over. You're not coming over. He might do that. But I don't think he's going to be like, I don't think this movie is him in the MCU directly yet.
Okay.
I think this movie, whatever his post-credit scene or something happens later in his movie, it'll put him in the MCU. I don't think his movie is in the MCU because he's phase 6, the start of phase 6.
Okay.
Then right after that, it's Fantastic Four, Kang Dynasty, then Secret Wars. His movie is going to allow him to come into Secret Wars.
Gotcha.
I don't think because it right, like there is a possibility. The regular mutants, I think everybody will start to be phased. Look, we don't even have. They have been telling y'all got to chill on the X-Men because those are the hardest people to place.
Yeah.
Like you literally have to do what they've been doing with mutants. You get a sprinkle here, a sprinkle here. Because if you give everybody the X-Men at one time, everybody's gonna want the X-Men.
Right. That's true. Yeah. And then
you know what I'm saying? So you sprinkle it in. Point. You know what I'm saying? You sprinkle it in here, you sprinkle it in there, and this way, now you have different crumbs and everything leading. Again, Hugh Jackman is probably for both this and Secret Wars because Secret Wars is Marvel's Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's everybody, which is why Sony is able to do whatever it wants to do because it's all gonna come together in one big thing.
So is Sony? And I'm kind of okay. I'm confused. So is this? I know Deadpool is in the MCU now, but is this Deadpool 3? Is this gonna be a Sony movie?
No. That's Studios? Fox. This is Marvel Studios. Remember, Deadpool was Fox.
Oh, Fox. Okay, all right.
Deadpool was Fox. Okay. I'm talking about Sony's. When I bring up Secret Wars, because you got Kraven the Hunter happening, you got Silk, Jackpot, Madam Web, all them on Sony's ends.
Sony, right? Yeah,
all them on Sony's ends. So
was Morbius Sony?
Huh?
Morbius.
Morbius is Sony as well.
I was just joking. I threw that out there because
I just want to hear they shot Michael Morbius in the face at the beginning of the movie. That's all I did.
Yeah,
Michael Morbius was gonna come,
you.
he got shot in the face, and I'll be like, well, that's sad. But with Deadpool, it makes sense to, yes, he's a Marvel Studios movie, but treat it like it's a Fox movie still.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this way, whatever the story is, you treat it like a Fox movie, but his world is literally changing. And he don't understand why. He knows about mutants, right? Mutants and people having powers, but the world is changing and he don't know why. Like shit is happening and it's changed. Like if you do it like a Fox movie, but the world is changing throughout the movie, and he keeps breaking the fourth wall. Like, what the fuck is going on? And eventually, again, it might be a buddy cop movie with him and Wolverine. A lot of people think that's what it's going to be. But also, he just said, do you want to show up one last time? I don't think it's going to be Hugh Jackman in the whole damn movie, but it might be the way they did the logo, because the logo make it where they going to be here together. So
yeah, I'm here for it too. That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Hugh Jackman said, I didn't want to play this role no more. Hugh Jackman was like, I'm tired of eating boiled chicken and steamed broccoli every day. I just want to do musicals and live my life. And Kevin Feige and Ryan Reynolds was like, please, 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 please. And he was like, I guess so. Kevin Feige is a genius. That man's an evil genius. That man got two people to reprise roles who have said they were done.
Yeah.
He got Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman to whether it's a different Professor Xavier and a different Logan, it don't matter. He got them to come back. Them to come back. Patrick Stewart was cool just being Picard, living on a farm with a dog. He was cool.
Right.
He was cool with just doing Jean-Luc Picard on a farm. He was fine. And then Kevin Feige was like, hey, man, you seen the memes with the hover chair? Bro, we going to make that for you. And you're going to get to walk, and then you're going to get to wear what you normally would wear, because I'm pretty sure the scene where he got his face ripped off, Patrick Stewart had on Patrick Stewart clothes. That don't even look like wardrobe. Like Patrick Stewart on Patrick Stewart clothes. And you're going to get to die a gruesome death when they put it in slow motion. Like they even said, did you just hear? Because I think it dropped like maybe a day or two ago. The scene actually from Multiverse Madness is way more violent and extended than what we saw.
Really? No, I hadn't heard that. Oh, okay.
Bro, they say this bitch was really killed, like murdering niggas. I was like, I want all of that.
Are they going to release that, or is it?
I don't know, but that's the only extended cut I need. I want the extended cut of Wanda killing everything. Not everybody, everything.
Everything. No, but I'm obviously we here for regardless of what they do, but I mean that's a prime example of what you and E-Man have everybody been talking about like we don't need to know stuff beforehand. Just drop it on us. Just drop it on us and let us do what we do with it,
And I think that's I keep saying, I will continue to say that, bro. Like, I think that's the problem with fandoms in general now. We feel like we have to know. Like, you already know if you're gonna go see something or not. Plain and simple.
Right.
You're gonna go see something or not. The problem if you know it, because if you think you know it or you need to know it, now you've automatically made an assumption of what something is. Now, if your assumption doesn't play out, now you pissed. Now
but
you
actually,
pissed.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here too, because I think a lot of it is set up. Again, I know it's set up, and we had the discussion last time we talked about a lot of the theory shows or podcasts or whatever. And again, I love all that stuff. I eat all that stuff up.
Yeah.
But I think we've gotten spoiled by like Disney branching out, creating D23 to with all these expectations. Everybody was expecting so much from D23 this year, and it didn't deliver like it was supposed to. But we were all disappointed.
Let me ask you this question. I'm glad you just said that. You literally said these expectations, it didn't deliver like it was supposed to. But was it supposed to?
but what? How? And let
But
me.
you get where
How
I'm coming from.
expectations were set up. No, I
But
agree.
why?
I agree
But
with
that's
you.
the question, though. Why? People just there was nothing said besides we're going to bring some Marvel Studio stuff. That was all that was said. So it's just like we're going to Hall H. That's all that's said. So the expectations are made from people on their own. You get bloggers who make a BS rumor to run with or assumptions, and then they happen to be in popular trades. And so, like you said, they didn't deliver like they were supposed to. That's in your mind as well as
That
others.
isn't, and no, I agree with you 100% on it. Yeah, because they don't owe us nothing. But
Not
my
even
point,
owing. They never promised. That's the biggest thing. If they said we've got some ultimate surprises, if they said, yo, we gonna shut some stuff down, if they say things like that, then you can say at the back end, oh well, they didn't deliver to that extent. But if they just said we'll be there,
yeah,
we'll be there.
But and again, and I know I don't know exactly how long D23 has been around, but I know it hasn't been around for more than what, 5-10 years. Am I right?
I think 10 at the most.
Really? Okay,
I
because
think I
I
let me see.
always used
I'm
to
gonna Google
think,
it real quick.
okay, because I know Comic-Con has been a
Comic
thing
Con is
for
the thing. Like Comic Con,
that's always been around, and it's obviously blown up when they originally had stuff being released and kind of introduced there. And then Disney, once Marvel kind of blew up, they started, Marvel Studios started blowing up. They kind of separated.
2009.
Okay.
So yes, a little bit over, just almost barely 13 years.
Okay.
So this is right after this. We don't even have a Marvel Studios when this starts.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So and I understand that they probably do a lot of that stuff to appease shareholders and stuff, and from the business side of things. But it's also created its own monster where we do have these expectations, and fans, myself included, we've gotten spoiled. We've gotten spoiled over that stuff, expecting stuff to happen, and it don't happen. My thought is like, do we even need, outside of whatever the business side of what they created D23 for, do we even need those big releases there? Because that's again, it's creating stuff that we may not necessarily need to know right now.
I'll tell you exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why. And this is the business degree side of Jay Washington.
Okay.
The business and marketing side of me. That thank God I went and got that degree. we become the best commercials. We become the best trailers. We become the best promotion.
Yeah.
That's why you need it. I'm gonna put out this thing, right? It's there. Now, do we as the company need to share it? Absolutely not. Why? They all will share it. Right. They all will talk about it. They all will get the word of mouth. They will generate the buzz for us.
Right, but in doing that, again, it's creating that monster. This is the monster that buzz and everything is creating. The expectations, furthermore, and all the conspiracy.
But it's the expectation for that particular project, right? So yes, now the belief becomes, every single time you're going to get something amazing. Now, the problem is with the statement, it's twofold. And I say that because you do get something amazing. It's just how you perceive what's amazing. What they gave amazing at Marvel at Hall H, they told you we were getting 2 Avengers movies in 1 fucking year. They told you when Fantastic Four was happening, right? And also they released trailers there that did nobody else see. They still haven't let it out. That goes back to we gonna make them spread the buzz about this. Whether the trailers were done or not, we gonna make them spread the word about this. D23 happens. All it is I know, because everybody saw the movie stuff and people kept forgetting. I was like, y'all don't get it. Y'all expected something from movies. They ain't showed you shit about the shows. And I knew that when what I heard what Hall H was. It was like it was majority movie stuff. I was like, so what do you think D23 is gonna be? The shows. Marvel Studios has two different elements now, the shows now, and you got that. And so then everybody was like, well, we didn't get a Deadpool now, so we didn't. You weren't promised it. We don't know who Fantastic Four is. You weren't promised it. Because just the thing is, too, just as well as you having those, you cannot give away every surprise.
For sure.
The surprise. You remember what we said it earlier. You and I just said this earlier in this conversation. Let it come and let it happen, right? So certain surprises, there are surprises. We all fan casted. They fan casted for years. John Krasinski as Reed Richards. There was never any confirmation or anything. You just had a trailer for Multiverse of Madness. The most you saw was Doctor Strange, Wong, Wanda, and America Chavez. And you heard Patrick Stewart. He gave you that.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have gave us that.
He gave you Stewart. I'm gonna give you this. But goddamn it, Krasinski has to show up as the surprise in the movie. The pop for that in every theater was incredible because people were like, "Oh my God, it's happening!"
And that's the fun part when you go, especially like first, the opening weekend and everybody just cheering. Everybody go opening weekend. They the kind of fans, the geeks like us, the nerds. I love being amongst all of that when people just going crazy, and again, when this Deadpool dropped and Ryan Reynolds, who was hilarious, man, I love him as Deadpool. Like when he was like, "Sorry, we missed D23," and like fans were like, "Oh, they were supposed to really be at D23." No, that was just the marketing part. Like they never had any,
he knew they weren't going to be at no D23.
Yeah, he just threw it out there because the fans knew that they knew that the fans were disappointed from that. So
exactly, bro. He sat up and was like, "That the way they dropped that." I said this. I was on a Twitter thing once after it came out. I said, people got to remember something. Deadpool has always marketed these movies like this. It is not going to be the big thing at a D23 or Hall A. It has been some random ass trailer, some random shit with Ryan Reynolds, either A, in the suit, or B, just being Ryan Reynolds. And you got the best part of it. The best part, and I don't think people caught on, is it still is ashy from Deadpool 2. The suit.
Oh yeah, the suit. Yeah, the old suit. Yeah, I caught that.
Ashy from Deadpool 2. And that's so him sitting in the suit without the mask, doing everything, and just talking like, I don't know what to do for this movie. And hey, Hugh, do you want it to be Wolverine again? Sure, Ryan. And walk off. And they broke the internet.
Yeah, crashed it, man. Everybody.
But that's how you. But again,
I love that.
Would it been? I promise you, that would not have been as big if it was done at D23.
No, I agree.
This came out of nowhere.
I'm glad that, and that's why I was saying, to me, would it make sense to not release big stuff like that at D23 for these big, just random wows throughout the year?
But there's certain things that require. I hear you. Certain things, because certain things, no, because certain things require this big wow. Like there's certain. I don't think the Marvels needs. We're gonna get a trailer, but the Marvels needed to have the push off of an Hall H.
I get you.
Blade is a catch-22 because everybody's excited about Mahershala, but most people want to know, are we gonna hear Wesley? Because let me tell it, he's in it. He's in it. I know so.
I was thinking, what is it, Secret Wars? I was thinking that he would also be in that. Maybe, because having the multiple blades, with the I was thinking that he would be in that, but it would definitely be dope if he was, he was in Blade as well.
So when I say that, so again, let's say Wesley Snipes officially. For those watching, don't say that I officially said anything because I haven't. But let's say
Wesley said it here officially. He said it first.
But let's say Wesley Snipes is officially in this movie, right? Would you rather hear it at a trailer drop at Hall H or D23, or all of a sudden have them pop up out of nowhere in the movie?
In the movie. Yeah, just keep it hushed. We don't need to know nothing.
Right.
about what. Yeah,
Certain movies don't need it. Deadpool has built itself as the type of movie that Hall H don't really work for it. D23 don't work for it. You being up randomly sitting up at home on a Tuesday afternoon, and all of a sudden Ryan Reynolds just randomly tweets out, you know what? I should have kept my mouth sewn shut for this.
yeah.
And you're like, sewn shut for what? And you're like, oh my God.
And when he said sewn shut, I was thinking about
The Wolverine, X-Men
the
Origins
Wolverine movie. Yeah,
That's exactly
the
what
one.
he meant.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
exactly what he meant. He was using that pun.
Mm-hmm.
He was using that pun. And so, because that's the thing too. He has been so fourth wall breaking in both of his movies. He has joked about that character.
Mm-hmm.
He has joked about that version of him. He's joked about him he killed himself for making Green Lantern. He killed himself for making Green Lantern. And so, but that's how that works. There are certain projects, again, Secret Invasion needed to be shown at D23 because it was one of the biggest shows that's about to drop, right? Boom, get all this. You need to know, all right, I'm going to give you one more bit of movie news that you didn't get at Hall H because because everybody's schedule wasn't right. Because that's for sure what that was. I'm going to give you because I got everybody now. Here's the Thunderbolts. And because think about it, I guarantee you everybody wasn't free when they were doing Hall H. And he was like, shit, I want to release, I want to tell people, but it's better off. Let me bring them on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring them on stage. And so, going back to expectations.
And throwing out real quick with the Thunderbolts, I'm hoping that they didn't give us all of that. Because I know that there was some people out there talking about how they was a little bit disappointed with the Thunderbolts roster. But I'm like, well, maybe they didn't give us the entire roster of Thunderbolts yet. We got to, they're going to save a little something for us. So, for that.
But again, where does disappointment come from?
Oh, just expectations. Your expectations.
Expectations not being met.
Mm-hmm.
They never told you were pretty much the only thing you were sure of who were in the Thunderbolts were the people that Julia Louis-Dreyfus Contessa's character talked to. Right. Yelena Belova and John Walker, aka U.S. Agent. Those are the only two people you knew for a fact that were going to be in the Thunderbolts. Everybody else was an educated guess. It was either they can go by the comics.
Go by the comics, yeah. That's another thing that
they can do what they feel is going to work. And on top of that, they can announce what they want to announce because they might, again, like you said, have a trick up their sleeve and nobody knows. But that's
I got a feeling that's what's going to happen. They're going to wow with
people like, I hate this lineup. How they going to give us this? Because that's what they want to give us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that always irks me because it's not even just with Marvel. It's not even just with DC. It's with any property when people are like, how are they going to give us this? It's their property, their control of it. They can do it. When you are a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate, when 23 out of 27 movies you've released have all made at least $1 billion, you can do what the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do whatever you want. And people are like, oh, how they going to do this? Easy, because if this movie, they got the right people to bring it in. And then you'll see a trailer, you don't know who you're going to hear. If I see a red giant hand in the Thunderbolts trailer, I am going to lose my mind.
We're going to lose it because we're going to know. And they didn't have, honestly, it would have gave us everything up front. Then like when they start releasing trailers, we ain't going, there's no wow factor. We need that wow factor. Like you said, we need the studio. I mean, not the studio. We need the theater to jump up and down when stuff appear. We need that wow factor.
If in Avengers Endgame with the trailers, if the trailers said the words Avengers Assemble, that moment would have never been as big as it is.
Right. That was goosebumps right there. We was ready. We was ready with those on your left. Oh yeah, we was ready. Let's go.
Not even just the on your left. Down. Just him saying. Remember, we've waited 3 of 4 Avengers movies to finally hear
that.
Words.
Mm-hmm.
When people complain, I'm like, y'all don't understand. The biggest buildup in history has been 4 movies over almost 10, 11 years to give me 2 words.
Mm-hmm.
And then Disney made a montage video of everybody in movie theaters losing their mind.
Dope.
They know what they're doing, bro. But
They
look,
do.
I gotta get ready to get up out of here because I gotta go record another. I gotta record a self tape. I got an audition due in an hour. Look,
Oh man, these times be going by fast, man. You
bro,
know,
because we get into good conversations. I want people to follow your work. I want people to support your work. Tell them how to find it.
Appreciate it, man. For real. Instagram at Bobby_voiceover, at Twitter at Bobby_voiceover, and on TikTok at vending_voice_guy. Appreciate you, man. Love the convos, man, for sure.
Bro, same here. Y'all already know where to find me, but this isn't about me. Follow this man. Follow this man's work. Share this man's work. Y'all can be the catalyst to help him make those moves and help people know who he is. So please do that. I will holler at y'all for the next one. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. I'm out. Bye.